What's up, guys? I'm back with Starcraft, the original. Actually, I'm not back. This is technically a new series. Last time we did Terran, episode 1. Well, it kind of went in a circle. We went from fleeing because big problems, and now we're fleeing again. But we're gonna change our race here to Zerg, the second race. The alien race, basically, the very primitive alien race, and let's get started. Zerg campaign Overmind. The swarms have crushed the meager human resistance and laid waste to 9 of the 13 Terran worlds. Shortly after the fall of the Terran capital, the world of Tarsonis, the main Protoss fleet abandoned the Terran sector. Now efforts continue on Tarsonis to weed out the remaining Protoss forces. So it looks like we're going up against Protoss, at first at least. Among the ruins on Tarsonis.
Awaken, my child, and embrace the glory that is your birthright. Know that I am the Overmind, the eternal will of the swarm, and that you have been created to serve me. Behold that I shall set you amongst the greatest of my cerebrates, that you might benefit from their wisdom and experience. Yet your purpose is unique. While they carry forth my will to the innumerable broods, you have but one charge entrusted to your care. For I have found a creature that may yet become the greatest of my agents. Even now, it resides within a protective chrysalis, awaiting its rebirth into the swarm. You must watch over the chrysalis and ensure that no harm comes to the creature within it. Go now and keep safe my prize.
Okay, so just like Terran, we have basically one person kind of telling us what's going on, where we are just the commander of the armies. We have no say in anything, apparently. This is just a tutorial. It's not really a tutorial, I mean, it's tutorial of this race, but it's not going to teach you how to move or anything. To create a spawning pool, Hydralis
The
Den.
hatchery is the heart of any Zerg colony. It spontaneously generates larvae, which in turn are used to spawn your various warriors and minions. Now, create a drone and start gathering resources.
Okay, so the Zerg is actually a very...
Overlords provide control for your minions. As your forces grow in number, you must hatch more overlords to control them. You have enough minerals. Select a larva and mutate it into an overlord.
Okay, as I was saying...
To create new warrior strains, you must generate the various hive structures. The drones themselves mutate into these structures. Yet be careful. Never use your last drone to make a building.
As I was saying, the Zerg is a much different, they're a very different race from both Protoss.
Now, order your drone to become a spawning pool. You'll notice that structures can only implant themselves upon the creep.
So yeah, so what he's saying is you can't do it up here, you have to go on these...
You can make creep colonies to extend the creep, but only a hatchery can be built upon open ground.
Is this gonna let me talk? Okay, Zerg is a very different race. With Terran, you're able to build anywhere. You build individual buildings for what unit you want to build. If you want to build a Marine, Firebat, or Ghost, you build a barracks. If you wanted factory units, you build a factory. With Zerg, it will fill up with 9 units, and that is all you need to that is all you'll need to build units. So instead, you have something called tech buildings, where you build stuff like the spawning pool, and then you'll be able to build Zerglings. So as you see here, spawning pool is finished, and now I can build some Zerglings, which I'm going to do right now. And it opens up some other things like to build a sucking colony, all that kind of stuff.
Greetings, I am Zaz. I too am a cerebrate of the Overmind. I have located a small band of Terrans who could threaten the Chrysalis and the Hive Cluster. You must not allow them to leave here alive.
Okay, so we got a new objective, basically. We're gonna actually have to build up a force here. Okay, so anyways, so now that we have a spawning pool, we can build Zerglings, and then later on, we'll be able to build Hydralisk when we get a Hydralisk den. So that's the big difference between Terran and Zerg and Protoss. Also, their supply is a moving unit. It's not just a building, like it's not a building like Terran or even Protoss. Hatcheries actually give they only give one supply, so it's not a very good supply giver overall. So what you'll see is people actually build extra hatcheries because, you know, I can only build so many units from larva, and larva only has 3 per hatchery, so I'm gonna need more.
You require more minerals.
I would say Zerg is probably my second favorite over Protoss and behind Terran. I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I like both Terran and Zerg very much. I need more minerals. I'm gonna build some speed. Zerglings are basically they're very interesting units. You get 2 for every larva. So right here I'll actually get 4 instead of 2. They only do 5 damage, and you know they're very like how low their health is compared to even a drone. You know, and they're very fragile, but in groups they are deadly. They will take out a whole base very quickly if you get the right upgrades for them. So, and it's arguably one of my favorite units in the game. There we go. I'm gonna build a Hydralisk den. More drones.
Our forces are under attack.
Build another creep. This is our defensive creep, defensive structure. If you guys remember, with Terran, it was Brood War and it was a bunker and turrets. Now it is something called the creep colony. What creep colonies are used for is for spreading the creep, and also it has 2 defensive structures: the core, the colony, spore colony, and the sunken colony. One shoots air, one shoots ground. It's fairly simple stuff. Okay. Build another Overlord. Let's get 2 more. Let's get a batch of Zerglings. Can I build? Oh, I can. Sweet. Build some Evo chambers. Get some upgrades.
Require more minerals.
Okay.
Evolution complete.
The hardest part about Zerg is they're not as efficient as Terran was, in that I can build siege tanks and basically take anything out. With this, I actually have to be kind of careful. But But as you can see, they're pretty good units, and they're built to just basically overrun anyone. What's also nice about them is that you can build like 3 at a time, 6 at a time. You can build a lot at a time as long as you have the money. So, you know, building up a bank like I've been doing every single time is not necessarily a bad thing, because as long as you have the larva to support it, you know, you can just go on attack and build a big group, and it's pretty cool. It's a nice perk, I guess you'd call it. Hydralisk is oh, there. Hydralisk is very much like a they're very like bulky marines, I would call them, and they're also a very cool unit.
Require more minerals.
And so as you see, they have 80 life, they do 10 damage, and they shoot pretty damn fast. But they're not the greatest, because if you guys remember, I talked about unit sizes. And so a Hydralisk is medium size, Marines, Zerglings, and drones and all that are small size. And Hydralisk actually only do half damage, so 5 damage to Marines, Zerglings, to small units. So they can get easily overpowered by Marines, even though they look like they would do just as good. Marines just dominate them because, you know, they do actually more damage to the Hydralisk.
We require more minerals.
Hydralisks are expensive though, but they take out units very well. So I'm gonna be using my. I'll probably struggle with this a lot more, to be honest. I love Zerg, and I've gone pretty good at them, but they're making me making me use hotkeys and all that. Not good, not good. Oh, another cool fact about Zerg is that they heal up their life, all of it. So if I waited long enough, it takes a while, but he'll get back up to 80 life. Okay, let's see if we can take out these guys now. Where are you going?
Overlords.
Whatever. I mean, I think we'll have a lot of fun with the Zerg here. They're just such an awesome race, too. And I'll probably be using much more diverse strategies, rather than just, whatchamacallit, they use tanks. Because I like their units. You kind of have to use other things. You can't just have tanks and then anti-air and slow push. I think that's it. Nope, maybe I think there's one up here. And that should be about it for level 1 tutorial thing. Or not? There we go. So that was level 1. I'm not sure if it's a tutorial or not. I should probably go check that. But that's basically it. That's the very introduction of the Zerg race, the Swarm race. And I'll be back later. Alright, see you guys.